and welcome back to Thinking Out Loud. In today's episode, we're exploring something that's at the heart of everything we do: decision making. Whether it's what to eat for breakfast or how to handle a difficult situation at school, our brain is constantly at work making choices, big and small. But have you ever wondered how your brain decides? Or why sometimes we make choices that don't seem to make much sense? Today, we're going to break down the science behind decision making and see how your brain influences the choices you make every day. Decision making is not as simple as flipping a coin or choosing between two options. It's actually a highly complex process involving several areas of your brain, including the prefrontal cortex, the amygdala, and the striatum. Let's start with the prefrontal cortex. This is the part of your brain that's responsible for planning, problem solving, and controlling impulses. When you're weighing options, the prefrontal cortex helps you think through the pros and cons and anticipate the consequences of your choices. This is what allows you to make thoughtful decisions like choosing the best course of action when you're facing a problem at school, or deciding whether to go for a run or stay in bed. But here's the twist. Not all of your decisions are purely logical. Emotions play a huge role in the choices you make. That's where the amygdala comes in. This almond-shaped part of your brain is responsible for processing emotions like fear and pleasure. It's also key in helping you respond quickly to potential threats or rewards. For example, if you're deciding whether to approach someone at a party, your amygdala might help you make a snap judgment based on feelings of attraction, fear, or social anxiety. This emotional influence can sometimes lead to decisions that aren't as rational as they could be. It's why you might impulsively buy something online that you don't really need, or make a snap judgment about someone based on a gut feeling. When you're trying to make a decision that involves a reward, like choosing to treat yourself to something you enjoy, your striatum gets involved. The striatum is a part of the brain's reward system and plays a crucial role in motivation and reinforcing behavior that feels rewarding. So if you're deciding whether to have a slice of cake or skip it, your striatum helps assess the reward. In this case, the reward could be the pleasure you'd get from eating the cake. If you're trying to lose weight or make healthier choices, your prefrontal cortex may try to override that instant gratification with logic, weighing the benefits of staying on track with your goals. The back and forth between these brain regions is one reason why decision-making can feel like a tug of war between rational thinking and emotional urges. Another interesting part of decision-making is the cognitive biases our brains rely on to make quick judgments. These biases are mental shortcuts that help us make decisions faster, but they can also lead to errors in judgment. For instance, confirmation bias. You might pay more attention to information that supports your existing beliefs, ignoring facts that contradict them. Anchoring bias. The first piece of information you hear often influences your decisions. If the first car price you see is $30,000, you might think a $20,000 car is a good deal, even if it's still expensive. Loss aversion. This bias means we tend to fear losses more than we value gains. It's why you might hold on to a bad investment for longer than you should, just to avoid emotional pain of losing money. These biases are often hard to control, but understanding them can help you make more balanced decisions. Sometimes we make decisions that don't seem to make sense at all. Maybe you've chosen to procrastinate on something important, or you've made an impulse purchase you regret later. Often, these choices happen when your brain is in a heightened emotional state, or when you're overwhelmed. When you're stressed or anxious, your brain's fight or flight response can override logical thinking, pushing you to make decisions based on short-term relief instead of long-term benefits. This is why people often turn to comfort foods, avoid difficult tasks, or make other decisions that feel good in the moment but don't align with their goals. If you want to make better decisions, there are a few strategies you can try. You can pause before deciding, take a moment to let your emotions settle before making a big choice. This gives your prefrontal cortex a chance to take charge. You can also limit your options. Having too many choices can overwhelm the brain and lead to poor decisions. Try narrowing down your options before making a choice. You can also seek advice. When in doubt, asking others for their perspective can help you think through the decision more clearly. You can also consider the long-term consequences. Try to shift your focus away from short-term rewards and think about how your decision will impact you in the future. Every day, your brain is at work by helping you make decisions, big and small. By understanding how your brain influences the process, you can start to make more informed choices that align with your goals. Remember, decision making is complex, but with a little awareness, you can improve how you approach even the toughest choices. Thank you for tuning in today. I hope this gave you some insights into the science of decision making and how your brain is behind every choice you make. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next episode.